most aptly, Evergrande matters. And as you said, it's a wait-and-see approach when it comes to certainly China investing. As you mentioned there, we're in a big holiday season in the mainland, particularly, expecting quite a bit of volatility potentially coming out the back of that. But what is your general outlook on China markets as we head towards the end of this year?
Well, talking about the liquidity matters definitely will affect the property market or the other related, as you mentioned earlier on, the insurance market or banking sectors. But as a whole, the Chinese government still need to put in some cushion to smooth out the volatility. So basically, we see that a lot of provincial government or even other governmental bodies are actually raising debt. The purpose of those capital fundraising activities is to increase the spending in infrastructure. So investors should shift the focus, from internet-related, property-related to something more solid, like infrastructure play, or even building materials, or even raw material. That would be something I am looking at right now. At the same time, I think the renewable energy sectors is something the government want to put emphasis on. So basically, that would be something investors should focus on as well.
Very last question here, Ronald. How do you expect this evolving or devolving, whichever way you want to look at it, Evergrande situation? How do you see it playing out with the currency, the yuan?
That put a very negative pressure on renminbi, at this point of time. But when we look at the Evergrande matters, the size of the fiasco or whatever we call it, is really sizable, as a company. But when talking about the size, comparing it with the size of Chinese economy, it's not really significant. So I think it will have, a downward pressure or even negative pressure on renminbi. But as I mentioned earlier on, during these 2 weeks, Chinese government will put in a lot of stabilizing measures, to stabilize the capital market, including the currency. So these 2 weeks will be stable, but towards the end of this year, basically, I think there would be some sort of downward pressure because the U.S. may raise interest rates, not now, maybe next year, but Chinese is on the verge of, reducing the interest rates. Actually, it's a dilemma as to what to do. But so these measures will actually trouble the currency matters. So I think it will put some sort of negative pressure on the exchange rate as well.